Welcome to your first instructional video on simple interest. We've been working with this a little bit. I'm going to introduce a few more concepts during this video, and I truly believe that the best way to master simple interest is to just dive in and do a bunch of examples. In this one, you're going to have 9 examples. Alright, quick reminder, interest equals I equals PRT means interest, that's the I. The P is the principal. Principal is like how much money you've saved or how much money you're borrowing. The rate is just the interest rate. And the time is T, and always remember, time is in years. It's very important that we remember time is in years. Alright? So here we go. Let's just dive into these examples. This says, Jane took out a loan for $10,000. The loan officer set the interest rate at 4.5% for 6 months. How much interest will Jane have to pay on her loan? Alright, the best way to do these problems is to just underline and label things. Remember, interest equals PRT, principal times rate times time. Now let's see what information they gave us. Jane took out a loan for $10,000. Remember, loans are however much you've saved, those kind of things. That's the principal. The interest rate is 4.5%. That's our R, the interest rate. And then they gave us time here of 6 months. So we have the P, R, the T. Now these are pretty straightforward, and you just throw in the numbers and solve it. Principal's 10,000. 3. The interest rate. Now remember, we can't multiply by 4.5%. We got to change that to a decimal. Can't remember how to change 4.5% to a decimal, just divide by 100. Some people like to move the decimal 2 times. I don't care which way you do it, so long as you know that 4.5% written as a decimal is 0.045. Okay, so this is 0.045. And 6 months, well, wait, be careful here. Remember, time is in years. So if you come across a problem when it gives you months, simply put how many months it gives you over 12. There's 12 months in a year, so 6 months would be 6 out of the 12 months in a year, and you can write it right like that, and that'll take care of the year problem for you. Now if you have a problem like this, when it's all just multiplying and dividing, we can just go left to right, and I can literally go this, times divided by this, and I'll get my answer. Okay? So we go 10,000 times 0.045 times 6 divided by 12. And we get 225. So you should get 225. That's how much interest that Jane would have to pay. $225. Alright? So if you need to pause this video as we're going and write stuff down, please feel free to do so. Alright? Example 2. Check out example 2. It says Don buys a car for $22,500. He gets a loan of 5 years with an interest rate with a 3% interest rate for each year. How much total interest will Don pay in 5 years? Okay, so we have I equals P R T. Alright, let's label the stuff it gives us. 22.5. That's how much he's borrowing. That is the principal. 5 years is the time. And 3% is our rate. So we have the P, the R, and the T. Pause this video and solve this one. I'm not going to work this one out. You need to go back and look at example 1. Feel free to. It's the same kind of problem. Just fill in the numbers and solve it. Alright, example 3. This says Darius borrowed $5,000 from the bank. The interest rate was 4.5%. The loan was for 4 years. How much total will Darius have to pay back? Alright, so let's go. This is an interest problem again. So we're going to do I equals PRT. And let's see what it gives us. It gives us the amount he's borrowing, so that's our P. It gives us the interest rate, that's our R. And it gives us the time for years, that's our T. So PRT. So we can fill these in. I equals 5,000. Alright. The R is 4.5%. Well, we did that one just a second ago. That's 0.045. Remember, if I don't know how to change this, just divide that percent by 100 and it'll give it to you. And then the time, it gave it to me in years, so I don't have to change a thing. So now I can multiply straight across. Alright, so 5,000 times 0.045 times 4 equals 900. Alright, so that means the interest on this loan is going to be $900. But look, it didn't ask us how much is the interest going to be. It asked us how much was the total he had to pay back. Well, if you go to a bank and you borrow money, you borrow $5,000, you got to pay back what you borrowed plus the interest. So make sure you don't miss that last little step. The principal plus the interest will be the total you paid back. So in this case, $5,900. Okay? Look at the difference in those questions. If it's just asking for interest, we'd be finished here. If it asks for the total we have to pay back, I got to add that to the principal. Alright, example 4. It says Jamie has $1,500 in her savings account. She wants to earn at least $100 her first year in interest. What's the lowest interest rate possible for Jamie to earn $100 in interest? Alright, so we got to label this stuff. Now remember, this is an interest problem. So I equals PRT. Now we're going to label. Jamie has $1,500. That's her principal. She wants to earn at least $100 in interest. So it's saying the 100 is the interest. The I. This one's different. What's the lowest interest rate? It's asking what's the interest rate going to be. We don't know what it is. But then it gives us, it repeats itself, and it says how much will she have to, interest would she have to get $100 the first year. Well, the first year is just 1 year. It's asking for the interest rate. It's asking for the R. We have to label the other thing. So we know the interest is $100. Okay. We know the principal is $1,500. The rate is what we're looking for, and anytime I'm looking for something, I personally call it X. You can give it any letter you want. And it's 1 year, so our T is 1. Our time is 1. Now, these kind of problems are going to require you to do 2 steps. First thing I need to do is combine these 2 numbers on the side of the variable. So I'm going to bring that 100 straight down, and that equals 1,500 times 1 is just 1,500. And then I just bring my X straight down. And now it's a one-shot equation. I just divide by 1,500. Okay. And if I go 100 divide it by 1,500, that's what it says. It says 0.0666, and it goes way out there and says 7. Okay? Well, that's what X is equal to. Now remember, interest rates, I gotta have them as a percent. So when I was changing a percent to an interest rate, I divide it by 100. Well, if I need to change a percent of a decimal to a percentage, I do the opposite and I multiply by 100. Okay, so this gives me 6 point, and it says 66667. That would round off to 6.7, and that's a 6.7% interest rate. That's what the X would equal, 6.7%. So that would be the interest rate. These are a bit different when they look for something other. That's why it's so important that we label what's in the problem. All right, example 5. Chris invested $1,200. So I'm going to go ahead and put a P there. I know if you invest that, that's your principal. At an interest rate of 4%, I know that's the interest rate. How long? It's asking about time. How long should he leave his money if he wants to earn interest of 1,000? That's our I again. Okay, well, I equals PRT. Well, I know the I, that's 1,000. Okay, I know the principal, that's 12,000. I know the rate, it's 0.04. The time I don't know, that's what I'm looking for, so I'll call that X. Okay, so remember these require us to do 2 steps. First step, I'm going to have to do 12,000 times 0.04. Okay, so 12 times 0.04 equals 480. Okay, so this would be 480x. These two I multiplied, the x I bring straight down, equals 1,000. Okay, now one more step, I got to divide this by 480. Okay, divide that by 480. So 1,000 divided by 480 is 2.08. Alright, I'm going to round it off right there. So we'll have, for this one, 2.08, and that's our time in years. So 2 years and a little bit over 2 years. 2.08. Alright. Alright. For 6, I'm going to help you label it, and then I want you to solve it. What's the interest rate of a savings account of $10,000? Okay, if that's what's in there, that's the principal. That earns an interest of $2,000. That's our I. After 4 years, and our 4 years is our T. So I have, remember the formula is I equals PRT. Okay, I have the I, the P, and the T. It's asking for the R. Pause this video and solve this problem. Alright, example 7. This says, how long must $2,800 be invested to earn $280 in interest at a rate of 20%? It's asking how long. It's looking for the time. So remember, we have I equals PRT. Alright, how long must $2,800, so that's our principal, be invested to get $200 in interest, or I, at a rate of 20%, that's our R. So I have the P, the I, and the R. Plug these in, solve this problem. You need to go back and look at an example. There's one like this. Example 8, how much principal must be invested to earn $432 in 12 years at a rate of 1.2%? Well, what's this one give us? Remember, we're still using this formula, I equals PRT. Look at what we're looking for. How much principal? It's looking for the principal. Alright, it said it must be invested to earn $432. So if you're earning that, that's your interest. That's the I. It tells you your time, 12 years. That's our T. And the rate is 1.2%. So I'm going to set this one up. 432. That's our interest equals X, the principal. That's what we're looking for. The rate is 0.012. And the time is 12. Alright, 2 steps from here. I'm not going to tell them to you. You need to go back and look. There's examples of how to do it. Alright, the last one. Bradley wants to earn a total of $200 in interest for his investment. So this is he said he wants to earn $200 in interest. That's our I. If he invests $1,000, there's how much he's investing. So that's the principal. At an interest rate of 5%, that's our rate. How long will it take him to earn a total interest of $200? It's saying the same thing here. He wants to earn it. How long will it take to earn it? It's that 200 and that 200 is the same. They're both the I's. So remember, I equals P RT. Look what this one's saying. How long? It's looking for the time. We know what the principal is. We know the interest rate. So we know the I. We know the P. We know the R. Plug those in. Figure out the total time. And then turn your paper in. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. We're going to have more of these as the year goes by. That's it for now.